online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show. It's the, let me think for a minute, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, it's hump day. We're halfway through. We made it.
Yeah, and start of June, too, pretty much here.
We're over the hump. We're over the hump.
And over the hump of, we're just going through that half a year. I think getting over the hump of a full year is not till July.
We're just humping along.
I'm glad we're still.
Yeah, I'm going to hump and hump and hump and hump all during the morning show. How's that sound, Bonnie?
That sounds pretty good to me.
I know it doesn't sound right, but what the heck? I'm just going to hump along. You know? Phil, are you humping along?
Oh, I'm humping, baby.
I'm sure you are. Good morning,
yeah,
Phil.
Man.
Yeah, baby. How are you this morning?
I am awesome this morning.
Are you really?
I am just awesome.
Okay.
Anything I do today, you have to put an asterisk next to it because it's just my awesomeness that's doing it.
It reeks of awesomeness. Wow.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
And after an awesome show yesterday, we're going to have another awesome show today.
I don't know what the heck got into Bonnie yesterday. That's all I got to say. I think Bonnie was reincarnated or something.
All I had to do was go home and clean my house yesterday. So,
wow.
And this time I have to go to get an oil change today and then clean my house. So there's more to do today. So you will hear less of me.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm kidding.
Re-say that statement one more time. Yeah, re-say that again, please.
I guess I'm just thinking of all the things I have to do today, and there's like a lot more to do on the to-do list. So it makes me a little bit more humdrum and quieter.
So where's your to-do list at?
It's all up here.
It's all up there in the brain.
Yeah. You see, I don't need that fancy iPad and write it into my computer. I don't need a notepad to, it's just my to-do list is right upstairs, and I'm going to have to do it. Otherwise, my brain's going to go.
Wow. I should do a top 10 list. Top 10 to-do list. That Bonnie's top 10 list of things to do.
Yeah, can you do that? Can you arrange for that for tomorrow? I think that would be great. Short notice, but what can I say? But I have to go back to something that Bonnie just said because, and I'm just curious. She said it's all upstairs. Okay, so why is it upstairs and why isn't it downstairs?
Yeah, right.
Because the
think
brain,
about that one.
The brain, that part of the area where you think, and
Okay.
usually I'm not thinking down there.
That's okay. Neither is my wife.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Wow. So how was your day after the show yesterday, Bonnie?
Well, I went home and tried my computer out, and the Wi-Fi was working excellent at home.
Okay.
And fortunately, coming in this morning, you fixed it with like a gadget thing over there.
I just threw it against the wall and it started working.
So
yeah, right.
Yeah. So I shouldn't be feeling so humdrum because everything's working well here this morning.
Yeah. Don't jinx anything, please.
No. And
yeah.
So did you swim to work?
Oh.
Right?
You better, if you're going over the Roosevelt Bridge anywhere on, I guess, US 1 throughout St. Lucie
Might
County.
see Noah's Ark later.
Martin County.
Yeah, right.
Slow down. It's
Evan,
a wet
stand
ride.
By. You ready?
Yeah.
It's rained so much, I saw a bird put sandbags around her nest.
Oh! Bird put sandbags around her nest. Yeah, I agree with that one. I got up this morning and I was sitting in my office, and I was doing some work at the Palatial Radio Studios in my home. I have a full blown radio studio at home because I do voiceover work.
Yeah, that's a beautiful studio.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And as I'm working, all of a sudden I hear this noise. I'm like, where the heck is that coming from? And I peek out the window, and it's raining cats and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not literally, but it was pouring.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck's going on?
We have some flash flood warnings too all over the place this morning. Southeastern Martin County, throughout St. Lucie County, the flash flood warnings going on. there's a lot of rain.
Yeah, I
So
was driving to work this morning. I going down Becker Road, and speed limit's I think 40, and I'm going like 25
yeah.
because can't even see 10 feet in front of me. Get on the turnpike and head south to Stewart, and I'm going about 45 miles an hour in a 70, and these stupid idiotic 18-wheelers just come they just like zooming right by me like it's nothing, kicking up all this water.
Yeah.
And my little SUV's getting blown. Well, it's not a little SUV, but just getting blown all over the highway. And I'm like, guys, slow down. You know, it's like pouring outside.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
pouring and then Bonnie gets here, and I think she panicked a little bit because she didn't see my SUV, but the light was on inside, and she's like, okay, what's wrong with this picture? Evan's car's not here.
Yeah.
So and then she finds me inside, so she was happy.
Evan parked on the other side of the building so that he can walk right inside and
Yeah.
not get soaking wet.
I parked in the no splash zone.
Yeah.
80% chance of rain today. I'm
What is
looking
it?
at this.
80?
80%. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good in a lot of ways because hopefully it will cool things down with everything going on out in today's crazy world today.
Yeah.
It'll put a damper on things.
Are you saying maybe it'll keep people inside?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to be nice about it.
For once. Yeah.
You know, trying to be nice about it. Not that we've been inside for the last 3.5 months.
Yeah.
You know, that part of our lives have gone to heck in a handbag.
It's been nice to see the peaceful protests that have been right around our general area. I think you were saying, didn't West Palm Beach in that area once again have more protests last night?
Yeah, West Palm Beach had a protest last night. It was very calm, very peaceful. Even the deputy chief, the number 2 guy in command with the city of West Palm Beach, he took a knee with the protesters.
Mhm.
And I like that. I like that a lot. I'm a big proponent of that. I think that's the right word, proponent of that.
Yeah.
Am I saying that
Yes.
properly?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I'm a big proponent of that. I'm a big proponent of here I go. I'm going on a soapbox. I'm a big proponent of people speaking what they feel. They need to get this off their chest. It's a way of them grieving as well, and getting the word out. And it was very peaceful. It was nice to see a peaceful protest on TV last night, and a lot of peaceful protests all around the country.
Mhm.
So my heart broke though when I saw the gentleman's I'm assuming it was his girlfriend, because they didn't refer to her as his wife. They said the daughter and the daughter's mom. So I'm assuming that they were not married. That was they were just in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Okay.
But to watch her last night was heartbreaking. To see her speak, to listen to her speak, was heartbreaking. To hear her talk about not being able to have her daddy walk her down the aisle, or her daddy watch her graduate from 5th grade or high school, or anything of that sort. That was heartbreaking.
Mhm.
That disturbed me last night.
Yeah.
That really did.
Saw a couple of news stories that maybe could be like on a more positive note. I think there was like a whole football team over by Tampa Bay that went to clean up a general area where all of these stores got demolished, and there was all this debris from the looting and the vandalizing. So a football team helped out like a little complex of stores over that way. And it looks like a former firefighter who opened a sports bar too in Minneapolis lost everything to looters.
Mhm.
But after his emotional interview went viral, people started donating on a GoFundMe, and now he has over $1 million to help him rebuild.
Yeah, there's an audio file that's circulating around the internet, and I want to play it for everybody to give people a better idea of what it's like to be Black in America. An 18-year-old kid on TikTok shared some of the unwritten rules that his mom makes him follow for staying safe. Okay, and to hear this kid say this is really amazing. Let's listen in.
Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't put your hoodie on. Don't be outside with no shirt on. Don't be out too late. Don't touch anything you're not buying. Never leave the store without a receipt or a bag, even if it's just a pack of gum. Never make it look like there's an altercation between you and someone else. Never leave the house without your ID. Don't drive with a do-rag on. Don't ride with the music too loud. Don't stare at a Caucasian woman. If a cop stop you randomly and start questioning you, don't talk back. Just compromise.
So yeah, that's some pretty powerful stuff coming from an 18-year-old black kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that really is.
Well, a lot of that is just plain common sense, too.
Well, exactly.
And like I was hearing one story how some kids are taught now that I guess like if you get pulled over by a police officer, it's best to have the your driver's license number just etched in your memory, because if you go to pull that thing, the cop might be thinking you're pulling a gun.
Well,
which is really sad.
Yeah, and it is sad.
Yeah.
But here's my theory behind that. If you get pulled over, you tell the police officer, first and foremost, you should always keep your hands at a 10 and 2 position. You know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. Always 10 and 2. If you have tinted windows, roll all the flipping windows down in your car so the police officer can see into the vehicle. Okay, that's just common sense. That's what I do. I'm a little more educated just because I've got a daughter that's a police officer. So, for me, I get it. I understand. So the couple of times that I've been pulled over, I follow those rules. 10 and 2. The officer, comes up, says driver's license, registration. I will say to the officer, my license is in my backpack, which is to the right of me. Okay, I'm going to reach in my backpack and pull my wallet out very slowly.
Yeah.
My registration and my insurance is in my glove box. I have no weapons in my glove box, but I am also a concealed carry permit holder. And when I hand him my ID, I also hand him my concealed carry permit as well. So this way he knows, he understands that I'm being straightforward with him, and he knows exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never make sudden moves.
And because like from a, police officer's point of view, if I were a police officer and I had to be pulling people over, it would be like a fearful thing for me having to walk up to the vehicle and the window of perfect strangers too. So, I can look at that side of it too, at being a police officer.
Yeah, you just, you have to put yourself in the police officer's frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. You have to put yourself in their frame of mind and understand what they're thinking. They're walking into a situation that they have no idea. Why do you think that a lot of times when an officer will approach your car, they will have one hand on their weapon, okay, as they're walking up?
Yeah.
Because if they need to draw, they need to draw. They have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's in that vehicle. That's why you should always have your hands at 10 and 2 so the officer can see your hands. It's just common sense. It's common safety. And it's courtesy, and it's just a respect for the law.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all it is. I respect the law because my daughter's a cop, and I'm proud to say she's a cop, and I tell everybody she's a cop, and I respect the police. A lot of people don't respect the police, and that's why a lot of this stuff happens and it goes on in today's crazy world that we live in. 6:20 right now. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Florida's coronavirus death toll is now up to 2,530 after another 70 fatalities were reported yesterday. Cases statewide top 57,000. The Florida Teachers Union is out with its guidelines to safely reopen schools in the new academic year. Florida Education Association President Frederick Ingram says changes have to be made in and out of the classroom.
We have to adhere to social distancing, and that may mean buying more buses. That may mean employing more bus drivers. It has been recommended by CDC that we do something different with lunchtime. That may mean bringing food to the classrooms.
Ingram says their guidelines are broad because they recognize each school district will have different needs for their students. People behind on their rent and mortgage payments are getting a break for another month.
Just hours before the moratorium came to an end, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order that continues to keep the brakes on evictions and foreclosures. Many cities and counties in Florida have their own rules, and some sheriffs have even said they won't support eviction orders. The governor's order is not rent or mortgage relief. The debt is still owed. Real estate experts say people who fell behind need to talk with their landlord or lender or a lawyer. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Port St. Lucie police are seeking the public's help in identifying a home intruder who they said attacked and robbed an elderly man. The incident happened Tuesday at 1:44 p.m. in the 1500 block of Southeast Pitcher Road. Police said a neighbor called 911 after finding the victim, an 88-year-old man lying on the floor of his home. The victim was attacked by an unknown assailant who stole the victim's Jeep Wrangler and credit cards. The patient was taken to an area hospital with significant but non-life-threatening injuries. WPTV's Megan McRoberts on what we know about this man and how the victim is doing.
Neighbors along Southeast Pitcher Road in Port St. Lucie have been looking for any evidence to help police.
Well, when you said the time frame, I looked at it and I'd never seen that gentleman walking down the street.
Sharing images like these from their home surveillance cameras, hoping to catch a man accused of breaking into their 88-year-old neighbor's home, attacking him, and stealing his credit cards.
I hope we catch him. You know, I live on the street to be safe, and I care about my neighbors, and our neighbors care about each other, and we got too much going on in this crazy world for this to be going on.
Police say the elderly man's injuries are significant, but not life-threatening. They say a neighbor found him lying on the floor of his home after the suspect beat him and took off with his Jeep Wrangler and credit cards.
I think he's just a coward. I think he's a coward taking advantage of elderly people.
He was taken by fire rescue to the hospital. Police now want you to keep an eye out for this man and help them identify him. He's a white male with a thin build between 5'6" and 5'10", wearing gray-colored sunglasses, a light blue face mask with dolphins or sharks, and a dark gray T-shirt. The man's stolen car is a teal 2020 Jeep Wrangler with a tag of ZE48U. Anyone with information can contact Port St. Lucie Police and remain anonymous. Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, just days after launching 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, SpaceX heads back to the launch pad. Tonight, the company is planning to launch a Falcon 9 rocket loaded with another 60 Starlink internet satellites. The news that Clemson wide receiver Justin Ross will have surgery after learning via a spring injury that he has a congenital fusion isn't just big college football news, it's big NFL news. The 6'4", 205-pound 20-year-old was one of the heroes of the national title game in January 2019. He had 112 catches for 1,865 yards, 17 touchdowns through his 2 college seasons. Going into his junior year, he was widely considered by NFL folks as even a better prospect than his old running mate, T. Higgins. A Clemson coach, Dabo Sweeney, told reporters Monday that he's hopeful that Ross will get healthy and have a decision to make on declaring for the pros in 7 months, but there's no guarantee of anything, even that he'll play again at this point. News time is 6:25. Weather and traffic together are next.
.626 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
There are no accidents to report, but here's a friendly reminder that during the overnight hours, if you travel the Turnpike down by Palm Beach Gardens between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., the area between mile marker 107 and 109 closed in that area due to construction on the Turnpike during the overnight. There's your latest look at traffic. Lots of rain in the area. 76 in Stewart, 74 Port St. Lucie. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
.631 on the dot on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And, of course, Phil is joining us from Phil's Notebook on YouTube. He is a YouTube influencer, as we like to say, in a positive way. And Fredo just walked in the door, and he looks like a wet noodle. Fredo, you're soaked.
Yeah, man, it's raining too much out here, man. Too much.
Wow, you are soaked from head to toe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got a towel? You got a towel, man? You got a towel?
I got some paper towels in the closet over by the microwave. That's the best I could do for you. I apologize.
Time to invest in an umbrella.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
How you doing, Bonnie?
Hi.
Oh, there he goes again.
Hi, Wet Fredo.
Wet Fredo.
Wet Fredo noodle.
Fredo's wet. Just behind the ear. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, Fredo, go dry yourself off, get your baton, and have a chat with the band on what you guys are going to play for the rest of the morning, if you would, please. The band has started without you, and this will be a excused absence and an excused tardy because of the weather. Just next time, please leave a little sooner to come into work, if you would.
You got it, man. No
All
problem.
Right. All right. Thank
No
you.
problem.
I appreciate that very, very much.
Yeah, man.
6:32 is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's that time of the morning where we talk about viral videos that are out there. There's not too many of them right now. One of them that comes to mind is a TikTok user named Cody Van Camp has been posting shock collar challenge videos. And both, shock collar. Two brothers, two brothers and a sister take turns doing the shock collar challenge at a drive-through fast food. Let's listen in.
Shock collar, brother edition. Oh yeah, baby. Hi there. How are you? Good. Can I get 2 small blizzards, please? Oreo cheesecake. Shock collar. This is what you guys wanted.
Well, there you go. That's the shock collar challenge.
We need that at home for Gary to use on me before I go back to the refrigerator for ice cream.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Bonnie.
I'm trying to think of a good use for it.
What goes on in your house after hours?
Yeah, right.
Been eating,
Jeez.
just
Okay.
been eating too much ice
Now
cream.
we know why she was the way she was yesterday.
What kind of ice cream have you been eating, Bonnie?
Yes.
Publix vanilla, just plain
Oh.
straight vanilla from Publix brand.
I'm in love right now with Bluebell's cookie two-step, which is Oreo ice cream. I'm sorry, it's Oreo and vanilla ice cream with chocolate chip cookie dough in it.
Oh, does that
And I
sound?
drench it with Magic Shell.
You even put more on top of that?
Oh,
That
yeah, I'm
sounds
bad.
fattening,
Yeah.
Wow.
Phil. Oh, I
Yes.
saw that caramel Magic Shell that I almost bought. I'm glad I didn't buy it because I don't want to buy any more ice cream to put it on.
I got 2 tubs of it right now.
Oh wow!
It's time to ask the Magic 8 Ball a question.
Oh,
Pertains to Bonnie and Gary and the shock collar.
the shock collar.
Here we go.
All right.
Is Gary ever going to shock Bonnie in real life with a shock collar?
He would shock me more.
You started it.
He would shock me more if he gave me a diamond ring.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
That'd be shocking.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait a
Ow.
minute. I want to change the question.
Hold on. Let me take a knee for Gary.
Yes. I'm changing the question. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Will Gary be giving Bonnie the ring anytime within the next year?
Magic 8 Ball response is
Oh, boy.
very doubtful.
Oh, no. No.
That's what it says.
Does it really?
The Magic 8 Ball has spoken. Yes.
Oh, no.
You know, but that's okay because seriously, I'm not into rings.
Just shock collars.
Shock collars.
I'd be happier if he bought me like a used vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
A new one would be even better.
Wouldn't that be though?
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be so
If
incredible.
he's up right now, he probably just fell down.
I know.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Wow.
I
Okay.
just sent you a picture of the 8
I-
Ball.
Did you? You sent me a picture of the 8 Ball. Okay, I'm waiting for it to come in. All right, here
It's
we
time
go.
to get a new 8 ball, Bill, because I don't think that one's very good. It didn't.
There it is, right there. Very doubtful.
Read it.
Wow.
But because the 8 ball was wrong yesterday too, when he or she, I don't know what gender our 8 ball is, but they
It's transgender. We have a transgender 8-ball.
They said that my cell phone too wouldn't be working throughout the duration of the show,
I
and
thought
it
you were
did.
going to say they say your phone was transgender.
Yeah, right. Poor 8-ball. I'm sorry, 8-ball, that they're talking like that to you.
Wow.
Phil's pet 8-ball over there.
All right. So what did they say about your cell phone?
The 8-ball said that my battery would
would die.
go down before the show was done, and it didn't. So 8-ball was wrong.
Maybe I need to do a parody song of "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me" from "Don't Let My Battery Go Down on Me."
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna look into that. I'm seriously gonna look into that tonight. Get one of my musician friends to do a parody of Elton John's "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me."
Nice, very, very sweet. Maybe you and Phil could get together and work on that. Maybe,
No, I don't sing.
Maybe I could think of a
I don't
lyric.
sing either. No.
Yeah.
Don't let my battery go down on me. Anyway, I found a very interesting article I wanted to talk about this morning. How you undress reveals your personality. Okay, how you undress reveals your personality. People are usually judged by how they dress, but how about how they undress? How a person takes off his or her clothes and what they do with their clothes can reveal quite a bit about their personality. So I found a bunch of these. And the first one is, if you don't have an undressing routine or you never do it the same way twice, you enjoy a broad range of activities and take risks, you're a sociable, fun-loving individual. If any of those fit you, then you're considered what's called the adventurer.
Yeah, I guess that could fit me, Evan, because I realize.
Well, let me read the others. There's
Okay.
9 others, and then you could tell me which one fits you. Don't just jump right away. I'm not activating the shock collar yet. Okay.
Let the bit get set up first.
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. The next one. Okay. If you take off your jewelry before anything else, you're a warm and sensitive person. You're considerate and romantic, thoughtful, and good friend. That means they classify you as what's called the jeweler. Okay, the jeweler. Okay. The next one, if you shed your clothing as quickly as possible, you're a busy person who often feels stressed. However, you may also be a passionate person who wants to change quickly in order to have fun. Hint, hint. You're called the sprinter. The sprinter is what they call you in that one. Okay. The next one is, if you take off your pants and get around to taking off your shirt like 10 minutes later, you're a deep thinker who ponders the meaning of life. You don't like being rushed. Having free time is most important. In that case, you're called the dabbler.
It doesn't just mean you want to walk around topless.
Well, that too. Okay. And speaking of topless, okay, changing topics real quick. They have officially called that beach up the clothing optional beach.
Oh yeah, I saw
it is
that.
now officially a nudist beach as of yesterday. The St. Lucie County Commission voted it as a nudist beach.
I know. We were
Yes.
Gary and I were watching that news story together.
Yeah.
And Gary said, "Good." He clapped his hands.
That means
"Good.
Gary's going.
Now I'll go."
There you go.
And you know what? I said, "Babe, if there's any way I can just get you to the beach with me, even if it's
So
nude."
the two of you are going to go? The both of you would seriously consider going?
No.
Wow. I would. I have
Bonnie,
no
I bet
shame.
you he'll go topless if you go topless.
Yeah. No, I mean, why not? Any way you can get him to the beach, there you go. He's there.
Just to get him there.
Okay.
And, you
All
know,
right.
Just to stop at one of those nice tiki bars on the way home, and you know, that's how it's fun.
You might
too.
want to go before. This way you won't feel
exactly.
anything. All right. So back on topic here. The next one is, if you remove each piece of clothing and put it away immediately, you may believe that is the best way of solving life's problem is to prevent them in first place. You're dependable, sometimes intense, and you know how to pay attention. Therefore, you're called a neatnik. A neatnik.
A neatnik.
Okay. And the last one, okay, and this one is got my wife's name written all over it. Okay. And I'll be the first to admit it, and she'll admit it too. If you throw your clothes all over the place, you're friendly, the life of the party. Although others may think you're a slob, You really are a happy individual who doesn't care what
jeez.
others think. Therefore, you're called the tosser. The tosser.
Love it.
So now that you've heard all of those, Bonnie, I'm going to read the list down. You tell me which one you are.
I'm going to be that first one just to save your time.
Okay, the adventurer.
The adventurer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have an undressing routine,
No,
or you never do it the same way
Nope.
twice.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, no problem. You enjoy a broad range of activities and take risks, and you're a sociable and fun-loving individual.
Yeah, I think I'll be that.
You'll be the adventurer.
adventurer on that
Okay,
list.
Phil, which one are you?
I'm trying to think how I do it. I pretty much take off, well, because I work, so it's like I come home, I take off the clothes right away,
Okay,
and I just change for the most part. Yeah,
all right. So you would be called the sprinter.
the sprinter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would be the
Once in a
sprinter.
great while, I procrastinate because I have to do something, but other
Okay.
than that, it comes off, man.
All right. Mine is the neatnik. I'm the
Neat.
neatnik. Yeah, I'm the neatnik kind of guy.
Are you the thoughtful person? Is that the one that will take off the jewelry?
No, that's the jeweler.
beforehand?
That's the jeweler.
okay.
My jewelry never comes off. This jewelry
Oh.
has not come off around my neck in forever.
No kidding.
The jewelry never comes off.
So let's hear the techniques of the neatnik once more.
The neatnik, if you remove each piece of clothing and put it away immediately, you may believe that's the best way of solving life's problems, is to prevent them in the first place. You're dependable, sometimes intense, and you know how to pay attention.
Yeah, I can totally see you being that way, Evan. I
right.
I really agree that fits you to the T. Mhm.
All right. Frank just texted me. We'll call him Funk E Frank. Frank the Tank from the afternoons here.
Oh, Frank. Hi, Frank.
Yeah, Frank's listening
Hi,
this
Frank.
morning. Good morning, Frank. Everybody, let's all say good morning, Frank, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Frank.
There we go. We've said good morning to Frank. So anyway, so that's what's called the neatnik. Okay, and that's exactly what
Yeah.
I am.
And I was the adventurer because half of the time, sometimes it depends how I'm feeling. Like I'll take my off the shoes.
Mhm.
You know, I'll either toss them in the bedroom or I'll put them neatly in the closet.
Right,
Or I'll toss the clothes just straight in the closet before taking them to the hamper.
right.
You know, before washing. It forever changes.
Right. That beach, by the way, it just came to my thoughts. It's called Blind Creek Beach.
Blind?
Creek.
Yeah.
Blind Creek Beach.
Well, I
is
hope
what it's
So you
called.
go
Everybody's-
blind after you see some stuff there.
Yeah.
I was and I was hoping everybody would be blind before I come there.
Yeah. So anyway, no, stop that. Don't degrade yourself.
I don't want anybody to see me.
Don't degrade yourself. But yeah, now it's officially a nude beach. So they're going to be putting signs up and
Yeah.
just all sorts of stuff. And it's no more clothing optional. It is a nude beach.
So, like when you go there, can you say like cheat and maybe take an umbrella to
to what? What do you get open an umbrella up
umbrella.
in front of you?
You can pretend like you're thinking it's going to rain, even though it might be the brightest sunny day, but block yourself.
You
Yeah,
would get
right.
some very, very funny look.
Yeah, I won't go because I just don't want people pointing and laughing. That's the only reason why I won't go.
Well, see, here's the thing. In the community, there's a lot of high respect in the community of people that practice nudism.
Yeah.
Because people don't stare, they don't gawk, they don't care what you look like in your personal areas or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Honestly, they
And
don't.
we
It's
need-
just like normal. It's just like it's normalcy. Is what it is.
Everybody needs a reason to smile nowadays, too, Phil. So you better do your
that's
part.
Why,
You
that's
better
why
do
I
your
don't
part.
go to the beach.
So
No.
just get a lawn chair, throw a towel down. I personally would not lay in the sand naked.
No.
That would kind of hurt, so to speak. Especially when you get up, it'd be a little difficult brushing off.
Oh, yeah.
But I would definitely put a towel down or sit in a chair or something like that. I mean, I would go if everybody else was. I mean, heck, we came into the world naked, so I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, think like the times of Adam and Eve before,
Right.
they were so sorely offended.
There's a
And-
title to a book. There's a title.
We so heartily offended.
There's a title to a book that Steve Harvey wrote. I'm going to say the title and then we'll go into the news. It's called Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Okay. Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Okay. Buy the book. Okay. I've read the book before.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing. Okay. So it's Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. After you read it, you'll understand why. To think like a man is what I'm concerned about.
You just rhymed that whole thing, by the way.
I had no idea. I didn't even know. 6:46. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by from Blind Creek Beach. Take it away, Bonnie.
Now.
All right.
And good morning. Florida's coronavirus death toll is now up to 2,530 after another 70 fatalities were reported yesterday. Cases statewide top 57,000. Port St. Lucie police are seeking the public's help in identifying a home intruder who they said attacked and robbed an elderly man. The incident happened Tuesday at 1:44 p.m. in the 1500 block of Southeast Pitcher Road. Police said a neighbor called 911 after finding the victim, an 88-year-old man, lying on the floor of his home. The victim was attacked by an unknown assailant who stole the victim's Jeep Wrangler and credit cards. The patient was taken to an area hospital with significant but non-life-threatening injuries. WPTV's Megan McRoberts on what we know about this man and how the victim is doing.
Neighbors along Southeast Pitcher Road in Port St. Lucie have been looking for any evidence to help police.
Well, when you said the time frame, I looked at it and I'd never seen that gentleman walking down the street.
Sharing images like these from their home surveillance cameras, hoping to catch a man accused of breaking into their 88-year-old neighbor's home, attacking him, and stealing his credit cards.
I hope we catch him. You know, I live on the street to be safe, and I care about my neighbors, and our neighbors care about each other, and we got too much going on in this crazy world for this to be going on.
Police say the elderly man's injuries are significant, but not life-threatening. They say a neighbor found him lying on the floor of his home after the suspect beat him and took off with his Jeep Wrangler and credit cards.
I think he's just a coward. I think he's a coward taking advantage of elderly people.
He was taken by fire rescue to the hospital. Police now want you to keep an eye out for this man and help them identify him. He's a white male with a thin build between 5'6" and 5'10", wearing gray-colored sunglasses, a light blue face mask with dolphins or sharks, and a dark gray t-shirt. The man's stolen car is a teal 2020 Jeep Wrangler with a tag of ZE48U. Anyone with information can contact Port St. Lucie Police and remain anonymous. Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
On a lighter story, it's summer vacation time, but maybe you don't feel like traveling very far. Tourism leaders in St. Lucie County said that's okay. They've got plenty of places for you to visit, even if at first they claim they don't want you to come. WPTV's John Shaman has this story.
Buzz Smythe and his team took over the 23-room Fort Pierce Beach Resort in January. Then March came.
And we were pretty devastated.
Reopening has taken time.
It's been really hard. It's been hard getting back started again.
But a lot of work is being done around the oceanfront property. Many rooms are brand new.
We have freshly painted, mattresses, linens.
Now, tourism leaders are trying to help spread the word that there are places to go and stay.
We really need to stand out in all the clutter that's about to happen for the pent-up travel demand.
So St. Lucie County Marketing and Tourism Director Charlotte Byerly says they're launching the Don't Come Here campaign. Wait, what?
It's going to follow up with don't come here unless you like beautiful sunrises.
One phrase you won't hear from local tourism officials, staycation. They'd rather have you take nearcations.
How many times have we all heard stay home, stay home? So we want to stay away from the word stay.
And so far,
we have more locals making reservations and people from West Palm, Fort Lauderdale.
And this is about our community. We have 31 employees here, and the 31 employees depended on their jobs to be able to, feed their families and do things.
Smythe says they always plan to reopen and hope more people will learn now that they have. In St. Lucie County, John Shaman, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Former 49ers safety Eric Reed wasn't too fond of NFL teams using the hashtag Blackout Tuesday on Twitter. Reed called out several teams that tweeted the hashtag and an image of a black box, including San Francisco, his former team. I think you meant Blackball Tuesday. I digress, Reed said. Several teams are marking Blackout Tuesday, a day for businesses to pause and reflect in the wake of the killing of George Floyd, a black man who died last week in Minneapolis police custody. Our news time is 6:51. Weather and traffic together are next.
.653 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, we thank one of our Get Up and Go show listeners for calling this one in. There is an accident reported at Monterey and US 1 in Stewart. Look for a little bit of traffic backup in that area. Also on the Turnpike northbound in Port St. Lucie at mile marker 141, there is an accident. And there's not any roadblocks showing up that way as for now. But it's raining. Slow down. Give yourself extra time. Latest look at traffic. Some rain coming down in the Stewart area, 76. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
There may not be any Coachella this year.
But there is Couchella.
Couchella is just like Coachella, but even better.
Yeah, because you don't have to travel there.
You can experience it all from your home, on your couch.
Last year, Coachella VIP passes were $999.
Plus a $150 parking fee.
But this year, you can see all the bands for only $999. No parking fee.
Yeah, and you don't even have to walk around later saying, where did we park the car?
There are other advantages too.
Like not having to watch Hollywood C-listers show up just in time for the headline act.
But you can be seen.
Yeah, just take a picture of yourself in a ridiculous outfit and post it on Instagram.
Don't forget your stupid looking hat. Coachella. It's just like being there, except you're not there at all.
Get your tickets now, or you'll just be home alone.
$999 ticket does not include $100 service charge or event password fee. All scheduled acts may cancel. No refunds.
Wow. Hey, listen, we're coming up on 7 o'clock at WSTU. Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Fredo and the Shy Guys. Right on cue, right on point. Thank you, Fredo. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, baby. Get the band cranking here. We'll be right back after the news. Don't go anywhere.
On air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected to the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Tunes for the gloom. All right, so things are kind of rough out there right now, but we're going to look on the bright side. For instance, what don't we have too much of? Well, one thing we don't have is lice, baby. That's right. Kind of impossible to get the lice, baby. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Yeah, I know that school's out of session. It's tough for your mom and your dad, though, working from home and dealing with the kiddo. Will it ever stop? I don't know. Not sure how long this thing's gonna go, but to the extreme, even though we are inside, maybe it's time to take a look on the bright side. Rolling down a major road, there is no traffic. You can fly to the snow. Neighbors on the curbside waiting just to say hi. Do you have to stop? I mean, you can just drive by. You can wear sweats because we don't have bosses. We don't have to go to a teacher conference. And another problem that this fixes, check out the hair because there's no nits or lice, baby.
There you go. Lice, baby. That was pretty good. I like that one. That was a pretty cool parody. Pretty cool parody. Bonnie, you got a couple of things you want to let our listeners know about real quick before we get into birthdays and anniversaries?
Yes, sir. Be aware we have a lot of rain in the area this morning. Please give yourself some extra time, slow down. Quite a few accidents, and right here too, Evan, in our general vicinity, two that we know of in Stuart. There is that crash at Monterey and US 1 in Stuart. Not too far down the road, another accident, and this is at 2500 South Federal Highway, and this one just south of Monterey. So a lot of accidents, be aware. I see one out on I-95 too. There's one out on the Turnpike. Slow down, and the flood warning going on until 8 o'clock tonight for both Martin and St. Lucie County. So news on the radio. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day, Bonnie, do you have anybody? Gabby Suarez, living right here in Stuart, and she had been an intern of mine back in the day on the radio when we worked at the music station. Over at the coast?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have Gabby's phone number?
I don't have her phone number, but hopefully she's listening, a nice young lady, and if I'm not mistaken, I think her father has been with the police department.
Oh, in that case, I don't want to call. Might think I'm harassing her.
Yeah, right.
Bonnie, you got to get me somebody's phone number we can call this early in the morning.
I know.
Maybe
Phil has one for us. Notice how
Phil?
I passed on the buck.
Yeah, pass the buck, sure.
Well, my wife's best friend's daughter, Alyssa. It's
Your
her
wife's
birthday,
best friend's daughter, Alyssa.
Yes. Yes.
Does Alyssa have a phone number?
No, I don't have it.
Does the mother have the phone number?
By the
Does
way,
Veronique have the phone number? If Veronique has
I
a
think
phone
Veronique
number,
might have the phone
go
number.
get
but
Veronique's
she's
phone for me.
Oh yeah, right. That ain't gonna happen.
Just sneak in there. Come on, you could do that. You're a snake.
Oh,
You could do things like
if
that.
Veronique is anything like my Gary, she doesn't want you to do that. She doesn't want Phil to do that.
Oh, I would.
Or Phil doesn't want to do that.
I would in a heartbeat. I would in a heartbeat. I even have my wife's password on her phone.
Ooh, you brave.
That's
well,
right.
I know
I'm
my
brave.
wife's password on her phone
I'm
too, because
daring.
I have to update the phone because she won't do it. So I have to.
I know.
do it.
Same thing with my wife. I have to, update the watch, the phone, show her a few things here and there. I'm not throwing my wife under the bus. Don't get me wrong.
No.
My wife does all that stuff.
No,
but every
not
now
at
and then, I got to help out.
Oh yeah.
Rafael Nadal. Do you know who that is, Bonnie? Rafael Nadal?
Nadal,
Does
he
it ring a
is
bell?
a tennis player.
Yeah, tennis superstar who's beaten Roger Federer 9 out of 12 times.
Wow, he beat Federer 9 out of 12.
Yeah.
Holy, he must be
they
really
played
good.
in a Grand Slam final match, their final at Wimbledon 2008, which Nadal won. He's 34 years old today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Young
Young guy. Young gun. You like them young guys, right?
I like him young and old and in between.
Okay.
And,
All right.
men are nice.
Okay. Yeah, guys are nice. I hope so.
Yeah, right.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope you think I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, I think you're nice.
Okay. For my age.
Oh,
Okay.
you're on the young side too, Evan.
Well, thanks. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
So-
60 years young.
Mhm.
If you say so.
Phil's just a whippersnapper. Yeah, Phil's a cougar.
Phil's a
Lyle
young-
Jennings is
I'm a
42
cougar.
today.
What? Wait a minute. I'm not a cougar.
Phil's
What are you
a
talking
cougar.
about? The other way around.
No, Phil's a cougar.
Yeah.
You're a cougarette. You're Cougarette. All right.
Okay.
R&B singer Life Jennings. Is it Life? Yeah, Life Jennings. I'll wipe my glasses. 42 years old today from the Stereophonics. Remember them, Bonnie? The Stereophonics. You did music on the coast. You should know these things.
Stereophonics.
Yeah.
I'm looking them up.
I sort
Look
of
them
do.
up, Phil. Kelly Jones, 46 years old today from the Stereophonics. Go ahead. Type it in.
I am.
Look it up. Google. Ding. That was like perfect timing.
Yeah, you couldn't time that any better.
No, that was like a Facebook alert.
What did they do? Oh, they did handbags and
Yeah.
rad rags. Dakota.
Yeah, Thomas just said I'm in pretty good shape for the shape that I'm in.
Have a
That
nice
doesn't make
day.
no sense at all.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Thomas. I love you too, buddy.
I just walked in to see what condition my condition was in.
You did? And what kind of condition was your condition in?
It was in a Kenny Rogers listening to kind of condition.
Okay. Anderson Cooper is 53 years old today. Boy, did he go off on President Trump on the news the other night.
Oh, isn't Anderson Cooper like always doing that sort
Yeah,
of thing?
but he had a right
Yeah,
to go off on President Trump for what the president did. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going any further on that because that's going to be a whole nother, that will be like a week long worth of shows. Because you don't want to get me started on what happened with that aspect.
Oh, he's like the son of Gloria Vanderbilt, the late Gloria Vanderbilt.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's a new father also.
Is he too?
Yes, him and his I think it's his husband. They're new parents of a new baby.
Okay.
Yes. So congratulations to
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper for that.
Yeah.
James Purefoy is 56. That's Mark Anthony on HBO's Rome. Dan Hill is 66 today. Sometimes When We Touch is his song.
Mhm.
He's the Canadian pop genius.
Did you like that song?
Sometimes When We Touch, the honesty is too much. That's all I remember.
It was kind of a nice song, kind of romantic back in the day.
Didn't they do a song? Dan Hill and somebody else. I'd really love to see you tonight. That
Oh,
just comes to
yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Right, Phil?
Yes.
I'd really love to
Yes.
see you tonight. Susie Quattro, 70 years old today. That's Leather Tuscadero on Happy Days. 70 years old today. Leather Tuscadero from Happy Days.
She did that song too. Remember Stumbling In?
I don't remember that one because I stumbled out on it. Denise Williams. Wow. Denise Williams. I did not know this. She is 70 years old today. She did Let's Hear It for the Boys. It's Gonna
Yeah.
Take a Miracle. And the theme to Family Ties.
Now, see, I'm trying to think of the theme to Family Ties. I know
You don't know that? Really?
I can't think of it. I can't think of the melody right now. Maybe okay, now I got to look up the lyrics.
Really?
I just can't I can't remember it. Why is that?
I don't
know.
I don't know. You
now-
tell me. You're
oh.
asking me a question. I don't know.
I bet we've been together for a million years.
Okay.
And I bet we'll be together for a million more.
Uh-oh, I'm detecting a bit of karaoke
Oh,
on
I
the show.
like started breathing on the night we kissed.
I'm
and I can't remember what I ever did before.
Don't you have some cats squealing or something like that? Sound
boy.
effect?
What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-na-na. Okay, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the theme.
Folks, if you'd like to join in and around a karaoke on the morning show, please feel
Yeah,
free
the
to do so.
TV
220
theme song edition.
Yes, TV theme show edition. This guy is celebrating a birthday in the heavens. Phil, you know what this is? Don't you?
That I can't hear it. What's the song again now?
From the Gong Show, Chuck Barris.
Chuck Barris, yes.
Yeah, he's celebrating a birthday in the heavens.
Yes, he
He
is.
developed the dating game, the newlywed game, and
Yes.
the Gong Show.
Also, he did the $10 beauty pageant or something like that.
Did he
too, with
really?
The other show. Yes.
Wow.
That was
Okay.
done in the 60s. Yeah.
All right.
I hope he's still moving as fast as he used to move, like on the Gong Show. I hope he's doing that up in the heavens above, moving so fast with the feet.
I don't know.
I used
Let me
to
look up to the sky and I'll tell you. Okay.
I used to love it when he used to wear
I'll go out the
hat
door. I'll
over
be
his
right
eyes.
back.
Used to what? He's dancing on a cloud up there.
Tony Curtis celebrating a birthday. up in the sky. That's Jamie Lee Curtis's father. Maurice Evans, Dr. Zaius, the orangutan in the Planet of the Apes. Leonard Skinner pianist Billy Powell celebrating a birthday in the heavens, along with Curtis Mayfield, Superfly.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Curtis Mayfield. Jefferson Davis, president of the Confederacy during the United States Civil War, celebrating a birthday. You know what today is, Bonnie, in history?
Today in history.
Yes, you know what today is?
June 3rd. Not too sure.
You have no idea what today is?
No.
You can go out and buy a dozen of them.
Roses?
Nope.
Eggs?
Yes, it's National Egg Day.
National Egg Day.
National Egg Day.
And it's
Today's
about time.
National Egg Day. Do you like your eggs scrambled, over easy, over hard, or hard boiled? Which do you prefer?
Over easy.
Over easy?
Yep.
Okay, and why is that?
Because
do you like the runny yolk
when
that you can dip your toast into?
Absolutely.
That's the best way to eat over easy eggs.
And then I pour it over my hash browns and make that little skillet. I
Okay.
I like to
All
mix
right.
it in my hash browns a little bit too.
Okay,
There.
all right, not too bad.
I don't mind food touching other food on my plate.
All right,
so.
that's fine. Yeah, because it all goes in the same way and out the same way.
Yeah.
It all enters and exits
You know,
the
that's a
same way.
phobia.
What?
A lot of people don't like their food touching on their plate.
Oh, I know that. That's for sure.
It's true, and you would think that little kids hate it, but it goes into adults. I know some adults that are that way too. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't leave them.
Not
My
me.
ex-wife was like that.
Not me. You can mix my broccoli in with my macaroni and cheese and put some
Yeah.
ketchup on top of it, and you know what? I'm good to go.
Right on.
I'm good to go. I can sit and reheat up spaghetti from the night before,
Yeah.
and instead of putting tomato sauce on it, I'll just put ketchup on it.
Now that I can't do.
Why?
I'm not.
Do you know that tomato
Oh,
sauce derives from ketchup?
It does, but
It's all the same.
It's no, but come to think of it, my mom used to mix it in with some sort of a elbow
Mhm.
macaroni casserole that she
Mhm.
used to make,
Mhm.
and I think she did put ketchup in it with Velveeta cheese, soft melted cheese.
Okay.
And she mixed bread
Yeah.
in there.
Okay.
Mixed a little ketchup in and baked it in the
Okay.
oven.
Now I'll steam cauliflower and I'll put French dressing or Catalina dressing on cauliflower.
Oh, that sounds okay.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put ketchup on my eggs. I'll put ketchup on my mac and cheese. I'll put ketchup on my spaghetti. I will put ketchup on steak, on chicken. Let me see, what else do I eat?
You ruin a steak with ketchup?
Oh yeah.
Say you don't.
if there's no steak sauce in the house, ketchup.
No way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You sound
Ketchup-
shocked.
Ketchup is my favorite vegetable, though.
Yeah.
But on
Nothing wrong with that.
steak?
How about ketchup on carrots?
No.
Yeah, ketchup on carrots is good.
I can't do
You should
that.
try that.
Yeah.
Ketchup on green beans.
Mm.
Try that one. Yeah. How about this one? Ketchup on corn.
Evan, I'm just trying to catch up with all this.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, Bonnie. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good
Do you
one.
put it on your corn on the
Score: Bonnie 1, Evan nothing. Okay.
Yes.
Do I put what now?
cob? And on corn on the cob?
Yes, it's good.
Phil, would you
No,
do that?
I don't know about that.
You want to hear a very unique way to eat corn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next time, do you have a drill at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I
You have a drill bit at
Oh
home?
no, here we go. We're getting the power tools out.
Okay. So here's what I want you to have Gary do. Okay. Take a drill bit,
Yeah.
put it in the drill. Okay.
Okay.
Find the longest bit you can do.
It's done because it's already in there.
Okay, very good. Then I want you to take that drill bit and put it down the middle of the corn and the cob.
Yeah.
It's just like you're putting the skewer in.
Okay.
Instead, you're putting the drill bit in. Okay. Now make sure the drill bit is that the rotation is set to go to the right, like you're drilling a hole.
Mhm.
Okay. Put it up to your mouth. Okay. Bite into it and then press the power button.
No, bite
Yes.
into your corn while
Bite
you're
into the
pressing.
corn.
You're gonna lose your
Yeah.
teeth.
It'll go around, but you got to do it slow.
You want to pay for my dental bill?
No. I've done that before.
Kids,
I've
don't
done
try
that.
this at home.
I've done that before.
Hold
And
on,
it
let me wake up my
works.
daughter. We're gonna try this.
It works. It truly works.
So-
but you can't bite in very hard.
All right.
I mean, think about it. You're biting into the corn of the cob anyway.
Yeah.
You're closing in like this. I'm demonstrating with my hands so people can see. Okay. So you're biting in.
Yeah.
So when you bite in, the corn is just going to go around.
Oh, wow.
And your teeth act as like a shovel. So you're shoveling the corn in your mouth.
You'll be flossing for a year.
Yes, exactly. And that's how you eat corn on the cob with a drill. Disclaimer, kids, don't try this at home. In fact, anything you hear on this show, don't try at home.
Yeah, right?
7:22 right now. The Get Up and Go show.
You need a release form for this show.
Yes. A disclaimer.
Yeah.
All right, Bonnie, what's going on in the news?
Well, Evan, Florida's coronavirus death toll is now up to 2,530 after another 70 fatalities were reported yesterday. Cases statewide top 57,000. With passion and conviction, Eric Garner's mother, Gwen Carr, was speaking from experience at a rally Tuesday. WPTV's news partner, Nicole Johnson, has the story.
We want a federal law that it will go around the country, and anytime anyone uses a chokehold, they are immediately locked up and charged.
With passion and conviction, Eric Garner's mother speaking from experience, her son died after being put in an illegal chokehold by police. The call now is to make the chokehold maneuver illegal nationwide. And that's not all. Lawmakers and community leaders are also demanding more accountability for officers amid protesting and violence.
These bills can be the real focus of where this nation can go. This can be the example New York can set nationwide.
Garner's last words became a rallying cry for change. George Floyd said the same thing in his final moments.
I can breathe. Please, the name of it.
Whether by arm or by knee, these new laws would put in place tougher penalties for any officer who restricts someone from breathing.
I can't move.
I've been waiting the whole time.
The chokehold was banned by the NYPD after the death of Anthony Baez in 1994. But 20 years later, Garner became the poster child that the system failed. Now Floyd is the last straw for the community.
We don't need officers to take a knee with us. We need them to keep their knees off our necks.
And just that quick, as you can see, the crowds are moving from behind me. They're walking down Mott Avenue. Again, the message out here is no justice, no peace, and police reform. Well, the speaker, Corey Johnson, is promising a vote on that law that we were talking about in the piece there. Again, the protest out here in Far Rockaway has been peaceful. Both sides, police and the community, say it's time for change. And let's just hope the protest stays peaceful through the night. For now, we're live in Far Rockaway. Nicole Johnson.
And it's summer vacation time, but maybe you don't feel like traveling very far. Tourism leaders in St. Lucie County said that's okay. They've got plenty of places for you to visit, even if at first they claim they don't want you to come. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
Buzz Smythe and his team took over the 23-room Fort Pierce Beach Resort in January. Then March came.
And we were pretty devastated.
Reopening has taken time.
It's been really hard. It's been hard getting back started again.
But a lot of work is being done around the oceanfront property. Many rooms are brand new.
We have freshly painted mattresses, linens.
Now, tourism leaders are trying to help spread the word that there are places to go and stay.
We really need to stand out in all the clutter that's about to happen for the pent-up travel demand.
So St. Lucie County Marketing and Tourism Director Charlotte Byerly says they're launching the Don't Come Here campaign. Wait, what?
It's going to follow up with don't come here unless you like beautiful sunrises.
One phrase you won't hear from local tourism officials, staycation. They'd rather have you take nearcations.
How many times have we all heard stay home, stay home? So we want to stay away from the word stay.
And so far,
we have more locals making reservations and people from West Palm, Fort Lauderdale.
And this is about our community. We have 31 employees here, and the 31 employees depended on their jobs to be able to, feed their families and do things.
Smythe says they always plan to reopen and hope more people will learn now that they have. In St. Lucie County, John Shane, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The news that Clemson wide receiver Justin Ross will have surgery after learning that he has a congenital fusion isn't just big college football news, it's big NFL news too. The 6'4", 205-pound, 20-year-old was widely considered by NFL folks as a better prospect than his old running mate T. Higgins, who was drafted 33rd overall by the Bengals in April and a potential top 15 pick. Clemson coach Dabo Swinney told reporters Monday that he's hopeful that Ross will get healthy and have a decision to make on declaring for the pros in 7 months. But there's no guarantee of anything, even that he'll play again at this point. News Time 7:27, weather and traffic together coming up.
$7:28 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Looks like those accidents we had right here on the interstate and also on the turnpike, those accidents have cleared. Everything's rolling right along there now. Just keep in mind, right here in Stuart, there's an accident at 2500 South Federal Highway, and there's also a crash at Monterey and US 1 in Stuart. Look for the slowdown there. There's your latest look at traffic. Just getting lots of rain in the area this morning. We're at 74 in Port St. Lucie. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Hey, hi. Hope you're doing well. So I'm not super dressed up for this because I forgot I had this song, because here's the thing about what's happening in my life right now. I have no concept of time. Is it May or October? I took the trash cans out at 9.
The trash doesn't come for 5 more days.
But the collection, it was over.
It's this morning. No, we missed it last week.
No! She said TGIF because she thought that it was Friday. But there are still 2 days left, and Wednesday is a dry day. This new life, it's confusing our brain. Our kids missed their online classes again. I've got a FaceTime, it's yesterday at 5. Wait, that can't be right. I want to know what day it is.
This guy's a genius that writes all these. He does these. I found him on YouTube, and he's got like hundreds of parody songs, and all he does is write parody songs, and he makes money off of these because they monetize on his YouTube channel, and he involves his kids and his wife, and this is all he does all day long is do parodies. And I found his channel the other day, and I grabbed a couple of these to play on the morning show.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good, actually. I
He
really
does
like them.
very well at it. You know, Phil, that's
Yeah.
something maybe Phil could start doing, writing, doing the parodies and making that kind of
Phil's
music.
got enough on his plate.
I've done 1 or 2 on my show. So
You have?
well, yeah, there was the one what do you call it? Everybody has the flu.
Oh yes. I've given that one to you.
Yeah. No. That one I had from what do you call it? The comedy source I had from like 20
Oh, that's
years
right.
ago.
I stole that one from you. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
you ever played it on here, have you?
No, everybody has the flu. Let me look here.
Yeah.
You could do one too called Good Time Charlie Has the Flu.
It's amazing the things that I have here.
Yeah.
So
You'll
here
like
it
this,
is.
Bonnie.
You'll like this one, Bonnie.
Okay, so your nose is running. Sitting around drinking Robitussin, coughing, sneezing. You say you hate the cold and flu season, but before the NyQuil makes you crash, baby, listen to this. Everybody has the flu this time. Grab a Kleenex, maybe 2. Blow it, baby. Watching reruns of Scooby-Doo. Think I'm dying. Everybody's got the flu.
There you go. Everybody's got the flu.
I do a music video on that on one of my shows too.
Do you really?
Yes.
That is rather funny. But I could tell you what actually is really funny.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
Oh, here we go. Time to scour the globe for the stupidest headlines and the stupidest news. We go up to Michigan, where a Jackson County Department of Transportation truck was heavily damaged after a naked woman broke into a city lot, stole the truck, then hit a deer, and drove down the highway.
Oh.
Officers arrived to find the heavily damaged pickup truck, a dead deer, and a woman wearing only an orange safety vest and a hat that she had found in the truck. The 31-year-old woman told officers she was with somebody earlier that night who had kicked her out of the vehicle and left her on the side of the road.
Honestly.
That's why she decided to steal the truck.
Did she get out in the snowbank too and pick up the deer and put the deer in the truck while she was nude?
Deer was dead.
Yeah.
Bambi didn't make it. Sorry. Bonnie's charging herself up here.
Maybe she brought Bambi home maybe to make some venison or some venison sausage.
Bambi.
I remember an old establishment I used to manage, and the owners had a freezer in the back, and the owner loved going deer hunting. And one day I was going in the back freezer to get something, and I opened it up, and Lo enough, there was an 8-point buckhead staring me in the eyes.
Oh,
my
nice.
God. I never ran so fast. Wow. Yeah. A mom who thought she's devised the perfect parenting hack to keep her kids entertained while she worked quickly discovered a flaw in her method. Teaching assistant Donna Evans, who's 32 years old, dressed her 2 kids, Haley, 7, and Isaac, 3, in their swimming suits and popped them in an empty bathtub with some paper and water-based paints. So the mess was contained to one area.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
She thought she was a genius, but the mom had tested the idea a number of times in the past, and it worked until this time she had to pop out of the bathroom on a Zoom meeting.
Oh.
Yep, Zoom meeting. Well, after she was on her Zoom meeting for 15 minutes and she came back, kids were covered from head to toe. Head to toe in green paint.
They painted one another, I bet.
They literally painted one another. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what kids do.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
How's that one for you? That's what you get for going to a Zoom meeting and leaving your kids in the bathtub
You know,
with paint.
me and my cousin Cindy, when we were little girls, we liked to go in my grandma's bathroom and play with her makeup products. And mom and grandma were so angry at us. We took grandma's lipstick. Grandma always had that bright red lipstick.
Oh, that's disgusting.
We painted.
I hate that. When I see
Yeah.
when I see that lipstick on somebody, I run as far away as I can.
We painted each other's
Yuck.
faces with it in the bathroom that day.
Oh,
and
yuck.
could you imagine how we got a little bit of scolding for that one?
Yuck.
Oh, you did that too?
Yeah. Oh, did you do it too, Phil? Did little boys play like that? Are
Yuck.
little boys known to play?
That's
Vin and I do that
disgusting.
together.
No, I don't. Sorry, don't include me in conversations of wearing red lipstick. Maybe red underwear, but not red lipstick.
But
Thank you.
I could see little boys doing it though with the red paintbrushes or the paintbrushes and
Yeah.
all of that getting out of control. You know, like
but not red lipstick. No. All right. Oh man. All right. Let's go to Texas. A woman who dreamed of having bigger breasts as a teenager has
Here we go.
revealed how 2 botched cosmetic surgery operations left her with implants that flipped inside her body, shattering her confidence. Tia from League City, Texas, was just 18 when she began considering cosmetic surgery. Okay, was just 18 when she began cosmetic surgery. Okay, just 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now remember that.
You're old enough though, right? I mean, at 18,
Right.
you can give your own consent. Is
Right.
that the age? Yeah.
She considered breast augmentation after working in the fitness industry as a model, left her feeling insecure about her chest size. However, when a friend suggested a good doctor, Tia had no idea that the cosmetic surgeon was actually, hold on to your seats,
Yeah.
a dentist,
Oh, jeez.
and asked the dentist to increase her cup size to a D.
Wow. Oh boy.
She went to the dentist and got increased, and then she wasn't happy and went back to get an even bigger increase.
What in the world is a dentist doing playing a plastic surgeon?
I don't know, but he wasn't
I play
trying
one
to
on TV.
He wasn't trying to do an extraction. If anything, he was trying to do an implant. No pun intended.
Oh. Wow.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that one? How about them apples? Or
Wow.
should I say, how about them implants?
You can get implant and an extraction at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. 2 for 1. You get
Yeah.
a twofer. Got a tooth needing pulled? Go to the dentist. Need breast implants? Go to the dentist.
No thanks. I don't
Yes.
need that kind of deal.
We'll implant you and extract you all in one shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
pretty scary, man.
Okay. Enough of that. They'll be that woman will be appearing on an episode of Botched in the near future.
Maybe Dr. Phil too will have her on.
You ever heard of the show Botched?
I have.
I love that
Yes.
show
Yeah.
with Dr.
Good
Terry
show.
Dubrow and the other doctor.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Help me out, Phil. Would you Google that, please?
Um,
Terry Dubrow and what's the other guy's name? The little short guy with the dark hair.
Yeah, he's funny.
Peter
I like
Dinklage?
him. Yeah.
No, not Peter Dinklage. Where do you get that from, Peter?
Was it
Dinklage?
Quincy? You want to bring up Quincy now?
No. What the heck's the?
I don't
what
know
the
where that
heck's-
came from.
What the heck's the guy's
He's
name?
an actor. I don't know.
I can't remember the guy's name. Terry
Who-
Dubrow
who-
and something else.
I don't watch that
was-
one like y'all.
Who did Rick Springfield? What was his character's name when he played a doctor?
Dr.
Noah Drake.
Noah Drake, yes.
Oh, okay.
On
Yeah.
General Hospital.
Was he dreamy?
Mick Dreamy was on that was on Grey's Anatomy.
Dr. Nassif. Dr. Paul Nassif and Dr. Terry Dubrow. That's their names on Botched. Yeah, that's their names. Just came to me.
Terry Dubrow.
Terry
huh?
Dubrow.
Mhm.
Terry Dubrow. He's like the Playboy, but then again, Nassif is the Playboy also.
Is that true? Are they like
Yeah.
then Dreamy and McSteamy were from Grey's Anatomy? They're just kind of like eye candy for the ladies when
Yeah.
you watch.
Another,
I see.
another show, since we're talking about shows, Thomas loves Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, the internet version though is far more grotesque.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, all sorts of things happen on the YouTube version. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, on that. Yeah, my daughter loves Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Oh, and more,
My wife is
yeah.
addicted to that show.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, she can sit and watch like 12 hours of it.
Really?
Yeah, she's literally she's addicted to that show. It's crazy. I don't know why. I mean, what people get in seeing somebody pop pimples, I have no idea.
A lot of that you could put on a sandwich.
What? Have you lost your mind?
Oh, you know what? I think
It's like cottage cheese.
Phil mentioned National
disgusting.
Prune Day too. You can watch the pimple popping and eat prunes while you do it.
Oh, that is just disgusting. That's like going to the dentist for an extraction and a breast augmentation.
Have a bowl full of grapes while you're watching that.
God.
With some mayonnaise.
Add a little mustard. Why not? And some ketchup to top it off. All right.
And ketchup.
All
And
right.
ketchup.
All right. Let's get back to stupid news. Going off topic here. In the wee hours on Tuesday morning, yesterday, 3 would-be robbers tried to smash into Little Caesars twice, perhaps in the tradition of pizza.
Pizza.
Using a stolen 2005 GMC Yukon. The first time they rammed into the building in the 19,000 block of Kelly Road in Detroit, they hit a wall but didn't burst through. So they tried a second time. They bursted through the wall. And then when they bursted through the wall, they bursted through so far that the truck got stuck and they couldn't open
geez.
the doors.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't get out of the truck.
Man.
Nice.
So they had nowhere to run.
Well, at least they could have been they were probably fed. Did people like walk up to them with slices of pizza?
I don't know.
All they had to do was they're stuck in there, but they just kind of like open their mouths and they're being spoon fed.
Thomas just
Yes,
wrote
exactly,
Thomas
yeah.
just wrote on our Facebook page that he gagged up his toasted croissant because of Bonnie's comment.
Well,
About
I think that
Dr.
was my
Pimple
comment about
Popper.
putting it on a sandwich.
I don't know. Wow. That is as crazy as it gets.
Well, you know, if you watch a program, you have to have the right kind of food for the occasion.
Yeah, but you know, I'm gonna look into getting Dr. Pimple Popper on the show.
Wow.
Oh, please do. Please do.
I'm gonna make a phone call. I have to,
Oh.
Phil, if you could do your research and get me the office that she works out of, please.
Oh, it's a she.
Yeah, it's out in
Yeah, it's a she.
California.
Bonnie, you didn't know
Yeah.
it was a she?
I'm thinking this is a he doctor.
No,
I
it's a
didn't know.
she.
Yeah, he doctor.
She
Like
is
He-Man.
I think she's of the Asian descent. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she is. Very
Okay.
pretty
Oh.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
very, very attractive woman.
Does she have those skinny
Yes.
little fingers
she is
then
so
for
I don't know,
popping the
Bonnie. I don't look
pimples?
at her. I don't look at her fingers.
Well, I'm only gathering that her fingers would be on the very skinny, slender side for
Why?
good for pimple
Why?
popping. How you can't grab the pimples with those fat, chubby fingers.
People don't. People, Bonnie. Let me say this, Bonnie. People don't go to her just to get their pimples popped. They go to her for more bigger things that need to be done, such as what's called a sebaceous cyst, which I had on the back of my neck. It was about the size of a golf ball.
That's a big word for this show.
Sebaceous cyst.
Yeah.
Sebaceous cyst. It was probably I'm running out of time. I'm cutting into your news segment, but this is entertaining radio. I had something on the back of my neck, and my wife will attest to this, that was the size of a golf ball that I had to have cut. And because it was so infected, they could not sew it up.
Okay.
They had to put me out, slice it open, squeeze out the goop, and then they had to leave the wound open.
That's no
to
laughing
heal.
matter then.
That's no laughing matter. They had to leave the wound open, and then my wife had to put what's called packing strips in the wound on a Q-tip. So imagine this is a Q-tip.
Yeah.
The packing strip goes up one side and down this, and then gets shoved in the hole.
Right.
And then you put your finger there and pull it out. It's like injecting something, and that has to stay in there. And my wife was brave enough to do that.
You mean your wife did?
Yes.
Performed that?
My wife did that. They showed her how to do it.
Oh, I thought a
And she took care of it for me.
doctor or a
No.
nurse practitioner.
No,
did
when
that.
I left the ER room in the outpatient surgery, I had nothing. It was open with a gauze bandage over it.
Mhm.
That was it. They
Oh.
couldn't sew it up because it was infected.
That's
Wow.
a note
Yeah.
to Rachel. That's pure love.
Yeah, that's more than
Yes.
pure love. That's pure you know what. That's all I got to say. If that didn't make you spill your cookies, I don't know whatever would.
Well,
That's nothing.
Now go eat some cottage cheese now. All right. We are way beyond news time. It's 7:48. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
good morning, Evan. Well, the Florida Teachers Union is out with the guidelines to safely reopen schools in the new academic year. Florida Education Association President Frederick Ingram says changes have to be made in and out of the classroom.
We have to adhere to social distancing, and that may mean buying more buses. That may mean employing more bus drivers. It has been recommended by CDC that we do something different with lunchtime. That may mean bringing food to the classrooms.
Ingram says their guidelines are broad because they recognize each school district will have different needs for their students. People behind on their rent and mortgage payments are getting a break for another month.
Just hours before the moratorium came to an end, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order that continues to keep the brakes on evictions and foreclosures. Many cities and counties in Florida have their own rules, and some sheriffs have even said they won't support eviction orders. The governor's order is not rent or mortgage relief. The debt is still owed. Real estate experts say people who fell behind need to talk with their landlord or lender or a lawyer. I'm Rory O'Neill.
And lastly, Port St. Lucie police are seeking the public's help in identifying a home intruder who they said attacked and robbed an elderly man. This incident happened yesterday afternoon at 144 in the 1500 block of Southeast Pitcher Road. Police said a neighbor called 911 after finding the victim, an 88-year-old man lying on the floor of his home. The victim was attacked by an unknown assailant who stole the victim's Jeep Wrangler and credit cards. The patient was taken to an area hospital with significant but not non-life-threatening injuries. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reports what we know about this man and how the
Neighbors
victim
along
is doing.
Southeast Pitcher Road in Port St. Lucie have been looking for any evidence to help police.
Well, when you said the time frame, I looked at it and I'd never seen that gentleman walking down the street.
Sharing images like these from their home surveillance cameras, hoping to catch a man accused of breaking into their 88-year-old neighbor's home, attacking him, and stealing his credit cards.
I hope we catch him. You know, I live on a street to be safe, and I care about my neighbors, and our neighbors care about each other, and we got too much going on in this crazy world for this to be going on.
Police say the elderly man's injuries are significant, but not life-threatening. They say a neighbor found him lying on the floor of his home after the suspect beat him and took off with his Jeep Wrangler and credit cards.
I think he's just a coward. I think he's a coward taking advantage of elderly people.
He was taken by fire rescue to the hospital. Police now want you to keep an eye out for this man and help them identify him. He's a white male with a thin build between 5'6" and 5'10", wearing gray-colored sunglasses, a light blue face mask with dolphins or sharks, and a dark gray t-shirt. The man's stolen car is a teal 2020 Jeep Wrangler with a tag of ZE48U. Anyone with information can contact Port St. Lucie Police and remain anonymous. Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Longtime NFL reporter Josina Anderson is out at ESPN. The Post has learned the move with Anderson has been anticipated since the Super Bowl, when it was first reported that she and ESPN could be parting ways. The official move with Anderson is unrelated to any cutting of personnel related to the coronavirus economic impact on Disney and ESPN. ESPN declined comment, while Anderson did not return messages. A News Time 7:52 weather and traffic together are next.
$7:53, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers.
2 accidents here in Stuart, one at 2500 South Federal Highway. This is just south of Monterey. And also there is a crash at the corner of US 1 and Monterey and Stuart. And to the north of us, I-95 northbound in Fort Pierce at mile marker 131, there is a vehicle crash, and there's not any backup reported from that accident. There's your latest look at traffic. Right now it's 76, a lot of rain coming down in Stuart. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Coming up on the 8 o'clock hour right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, Martin County Administrator Taryn Krizda is going to be joining us here just a little bit after 8 o'clock, giving us an update on what's happening in Martin County. We talked to the sheriff yesterday, so of course, always interesting stuff coming up. Don't you dare go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. Don't even turn it. Don't even adjust your volume. The news is coming up next, and we'll be right back.
the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
.807 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday edition. It's the hump day edition. We're sitting on our camels, and we're right in the middle of the hump. Because as soon as we're done at 9, we're over the hump.
Yeah, and
that means we're in the home stretch.
9 always comes here fast, doesn't it? I mean, really. Yeah. we're already on that home stretch, and it feels great.
Yeah,
not too long before
so.
the weekend.
Taryn Chris, the Martin County Administrator, joins us on our line right now, as she does each and every Wednesday, to give us an update on what's going on. Taryn, good morning. How are you, your better half, and the extended family doing at Martin County these days?
Oh, everybody, from what I'm told, everybody's doing absolutely wonderful. So thank you for asking. I hope you and yours as well. So
yeah, we're all doing good. We're all definitely doing good, staying healthy. I like to say healthy, wealthy, and wise, but I'll take the wealthy out and I'll just say healthy and wise. There you go. That's it. There you go. That's what it's all about. So, man, a lot of things happening all week long. Where do we go? Where do we start? I'm gonna give you the floor and let you start, and then we'll just carry on with that.
Okay, sure. Yesterday we did have a board meeting, and we had a couple of exciting things that the board discussed and approved. One was, I know Bonnie has always asked about our fair. They're, with the situation the way it is, and looking to have their donors and the different things that they were trying to do to accomplish moving out west for next year. They've decided to, they asked the board to allow them one more year here. Right here on A1A, yeah, because, it's already June. So you're thinking, within an 8-month window, they're going to have the fair. So they're looking at, securing the performers, all the things that they have going on there. So they're going to have the 2021 fair will be back here in Stewart on Dixie here where their location is. And they will continue to move forward with getting out west, hopefully here in the next couple years.
So we're going to have an encore presentation.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah. How about that?
Back by popular demand.
And I'm all about the progress of it, too, of getting the fair to that new spot. But it makes me happy that this year I'll get to go back to that same location, A1A, once again.
That means that, Bonnie, you and I we can have our cooking challenge at the fair this year.
Maybe we'll do that, Evan.
Staying in this
there
area.
You go.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
would be fun.
Yeah, we're going to have a cooking challenge.
Yeah, and we also had the school district, the superintendent and their chair, Marcia Powers, who's the board or their school board chair, came forward and talked to us about they're looking at opening up a couple of school sites for summer camps. So that was exciting news. So they will be opening their doors to some of our local partners that can provide these summer camps, whether it's the YMCA or Boys and Girls Club or any other entity. They are looking to make that successful so that folks who have to go back to work can do that and have their children in a safe environment for daycare.
Wow, I love it. I love it, actually. Yeah, and the superintendent of Martin Schools is on the program every single Monday with us in the 8 o'clock hour. So we always get an update from Lori as well.
Good. And then the other piece that was exciting for us as well is our Parks and Recreation Department has put together a plan that we've submitted to the governor for review and approval for the Sailfish Splash Park to open, so we can have a splash tan. I can't say. I've already splash tan stick.
a splash tan. I can't even say it.
Splash tan stick.
Splash-tastic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it, Bonnie.
There you go. Bonnie's got it.
Splash-tastic time.
Yeah.
Splash-tastic time.
And it was a whale of a tale.
I can say it when it's written out. I can say it, but just thinking of it, splash-tastic. Yes.
I like that.
We're looking as soon as we get the approval from the governor. It could be as early as this weekend. So we will be limiting the occupancy. We will be distancing the chairs. We'll be doing things that are necessary to make sure that our patrons are safe and our staff are safe. But that was pretty exciting as well. So we're looking to getting that up and running. We employ over 130 individuals out there
Mhm.
on various days. Yeah, so it's a good facility for our residents and those that want to come and visit, and then it's also good for us here in Martin County for our economy. So, good things.
You know, Taryn, with all the events that have happened over the last week or so, it seems like COVID is non-existent. It's just like it fell off the face of the earth, and it's just like gone away. But people need to understand it's still very serious, and it's still there.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm seeing more and more individuals with some face coverings of some sort on, which is I think wise. We're looking here at Martin County as far as our operations. We were focusing on this week. We'll be focusing on next week as well to start bringing staff back into our facilities as soon as we can get those. We're trying to get plexiglass and different things installed on those areas where individuals come, from the public would come and want to interact with staff so that we can have some protection. We'll get our libraries back open. We'll get this building here back open. Our utilities has opened for customer service. The property appraiser is open, tax collector. The court system opened Monday. But you're required to wear face coverings. So if anybody's going to the clerk's office or the court system for some reason, please understand that they have taken those precautions. And that's a order by the chief judge that came down from the Supreme Court. So it's not that you really have an option. You're going to have to wear a mask when you're going to the court facilities for the time being.
Yeah, it's for your safety, and not only your safety, but it's also for the judges, the deputies, and the court reporters, and everybody else, all the different people that play a part in the entire court system, right?
That's right. And there's a lot of things that, need to keep moving forward. So, it's important, I think, that we start getting some of those things inching forward and progressing accordingly.
Taryn, I want to talk a little bit about switching gears here a little bit. There were a couple of protests recently here in one in Stewart and one in Jensen, which is all part of Martin County. And thank the Lord above. Everything went smooth. The first one was the one that happened over the big bridge.
Yes, the city, it was mostly, the city of Stewart. I know one of their commissioners, Eula Clark, was there as well. And I appreciate the fact that individuals are able to express themselves in a peaceful manner. And we really do appreciate that. And our sheriff appreciates that. In conversations with him, we were very aware of the protest that was going to go down on at the mall. The mall closed early. Unfortunately, these businesses are just now trying to get back on track, and these situations are compromising their ability to be successful. So I appreciate the fact that it was peaceful, that we had individuals from the outside trying to influence those on the inside, but those individuals that are Martin County residents and really just wanted to have their voice heard, and it was heard. Were peaceful and thoughtful in their approach, and so we really do appreciate that.
The one that was at the mall, I know that the news channels interviewed a couple of the folks, and they said that they felt like they made progress. They felt that their voice was heard, and they were happy with the turnout. In fact, quite a few of them even said, while they were still on the mall property, before they were asked to leave the mall peacefully by the mall staff, which they did oblige with no questions asked. They said too that if they had to, the peaceful ones would form a human chain to prevent anybody from going in the mall and doing any kind of damage or looting.
Yeah, and we've seen that in other places. You've seen individuals from law enforcement joining those individuals that are in protest. You've seen the individuals that are in protest doing the human chain to protect law enforcement individuals that have been somehow isolated or segregated from their group. So I think that says a lot for those individuals that want their voice heard. I was watching last night. I saw where that one group did the line dance, which was really interesting. So, We get it. I get it. I'm sure you all get it. My heart breaks for what happened in Minnesota.
Agreed.
It was. I can't even wrap my head around it. Quite frankly.
Did you see the mom on TV last night talking about her boyfriend that got killed up there as well? The mom and the daughter were there, and it just broke my heart to watch that.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Like I said, I can't wrap my head around how something like that happens. Having family members of my own in law enforcement and knowing, how difficult of a job it is, but at the same time, you just can't understand how you get to that point, and an individual gets to that point. Like I said.
And it just it just kind of makes you wonder what is going on in the Minneapolis Police Department up there.
Oh yeah, well, I have relatives that live outside of Minneapolis, and the unrest and the the dynamics that has created throughout the whole country.
Yeah,
it's just amazing the impact, and I think that on the tails of the virus and everything that people were dealing with there, to have something like this happen, I think it just
I'm just saying every day, every morning I get up, I'm saying to this police officer who is now in custody, like, why did you do this? How could you do this? And now it causes people to rally around and wanting to do this protesting, and they could develop more COVID-19 from it.
Oh yeah.
And it's it's frustrating, man. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, it is. And for us, we're just sitting on the sidelines watching, which
that's all you can do.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
You have to let them do their thing and let them talk, because believe it or not, that is their way of grieving and expressing themselves.
Yep. But again, I appreciate the fact that our residents and those individuals that wanted to take part in those demonstrations these past couple days, that they were peaceful and respectful. I mean, I can't thank them enough for that. I think that goes a lot longer, in my view, than somebody being violent.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. Definitely. My very special guest is Taryn Krista. She is the Martin County Administrator for Martin County. She joins us each and every Wednesday at this time to give us the latest updated news that you can use right here on WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station. Taryn, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're very welcome.
God bless.
What, Evan, before I go, there's one other thing I forgot to mention.
Sure.
The board yesterday also lifted their restrictions on golf courses so that people can now ride together in golf carts.
Yay! Did they put up a like a plexiglass barricade between driver passenger, or there's not?
No, it's not. I've
heard of that. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, not to my knowledge.
Okay, good.
But this will prevent those individuals where you have a foursome of individuals that don't reside in the same household.
Right.
Can now ride together in 2 carts instead of 4.
All right. Very good. Getting back to some kind of normality.
Yes. So
all
you
right.
all have a wonderful day, and I appreciate you letting me have this opportunity.
Oh, and anytime. Listen, your family, you're part of the family here, so we will see you real soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. 8:21 news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Well, Evan, roughly 300 people received COVID-19 tests on the first day of a week-long testing site at Clover Park that started on Monday. There are plenty of test kits still available for anyone that wishes to be tested for coronavirus at the mass drive-through testing site, which runs 4 to 8 p.m. daily through Friday, weather permitting. And this free testing site is being offered by St. Lucie County's Public Safety Department in partnership with Cleveland Clinic, Martin Health, Florida Department of Health, and St. Lucie County, City of Port St. Lucie, St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, Port St. Lucie Police Department, St. Lucie County Fire District, and volunteers from Christ Fellowship Church. The Florida Teachers Union is out with the guidelines to safely reopen schools in the new academic year. Florida Education Association President Frederick Ingram says changes have to be made in and out of the classroom.
We have to adhere to social distancing, and that may mean buying more buses. That may mean employing more bus drivers. It has been recommended by CDC that we do something different with lunchtime. That may mean bringing food to the classrooms.
Ingram says their guidelines are broad because they recognize each school district will have different needs for their students. People behind on their rent and mortgage payments are getting a break for another month.
Just hours before the moratorium came to an end, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order that continues to keep the brakes on evictions and foreclosures. Many cities and counties in Florida have their own rules, and some sheriffs have even said they won't support eviction orders. The governor's order is not rent or mortgage relief. The debt is still owed. Real estate experts say people who fell behind need to talk with their landlord or lender or a lawyer. I'm Rory O'Neill.
And Port St. Lucie police are seeking the public's help in identifying a home intruder who they said attacked and robbed an elderly man. The incident happened Tuesday, 1:44 p.m. in the 1500 block of Southeast Pitcher Road. Police said a neighbor called 911 after finding the victim, an 88-year-old man lying on the floor of his home. The victim was attacked by an unknown assailant who stole the victim's Jeep Wrangler and credit cards. The patient was taken to an area hospital with significant but non-life-threatening injuries. And WPTV's Megan McRoberts reports what we know about this man and how the victim is doing.
Neighbors along Southeast Pitcher Road in Port St. Lucie have been looking for any evidence to help police.
Well, when you said the time frame, I looked at it and I'd never seen that gentleman walking down the street.
Sharing images like these from their home surveillance cameras, hoping to catch a man accused of breaking into their 88-year-old neighbor's home, attacking him, and stealing his credit cards.
I hope we catch him. You know, I live on the street to be safe, and I care about my neighbors, and our neighbors care about each other, and we got too much going on in this crazy world for this to be going on.
Police say the elderly man's injuries are significant, but not life-threatening. They say a neighbor found him lying on the floor of his home after the suspect beat him and took off with his Jeep Wrangler and credit cards.
I think he's just a coward. I think he's a coward taking advantage of elderly people.
He was taken by fire rescue to the hospital. Police now want you to keep an eye out for this man and help them identify him. He's a white male with a thin build between 5'6" and 5'10", wearing gray-colored sunglasses, a light blue face mask with dolphins or sharks, and a dark gray T-shirt. The man's stolen car is a teal 2020 Jeep Wrangler with a tag of ZE48U. Anyone with information can contact Port St. Lucie Police and remain anonymous. Megan McRoberts, WPTV News Channel 5.
Former 49er safety Eric Reed wasn't too fond of NFL teams using the hashtag Blackout Tuesday on Twitter. Reed called out several teams that tweeted for the hashtag and an image of a black box, including San Francisco, his former team. I think you meant Blackball Tuesday. I digress, Reed said. Several teams are marking Blackout Tuesday, a day for businesses to pause and reflect in the wake of the killing of George Floyd, a black man who died last week in Minneapolis police custody. News time is 8:25, and weather and traffic together are next.
Eight 8:26 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
To the north of us on the Turnpike, there is an accident northbound in Fort Pierce at mile marker 152, and there's a little bit of roadblock up that way, and this is lying north of Midway Road with that accident. Here in Stewart, there's been two that we counted this morning. A crash at Monterey and US 1 in Stewart. Also an accident at 2500 South Federal Highway. So it's raining out. Just slow down. Use caution ahead. There's your latest look at traffic. It is 74 with rain in Port St. Lucie. Stewart has 76. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:29 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And it's time for a look into outer space and all things NASA and space with our resident space expert, the one and only Mr. Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, sir. Well, on this date in history, back in 1965, NASA launched its Gemini 4 spacecraft, carrying 2 astronauts in it, Jim McDivitt and Ed White. And this was the first time that the United States actually had a spacewalk take place. Yep. Ed White left the spacecraft, went outside. He was only attached by a tether, and he took the first walk in space. The flight also included the first attempt to make a space rendezvous, as McDivitt attempted to maneuver his craft close to a Titan II upper stage, which was launched into orbit, but it was not successful. They also tested out a sextant to use what the old seafarers used to use to determine their position. Well, they wanted to see if the sextant would also work well in space, so the astronauts could find where they were. And it too was very successful. In 1966, the Gemini 9 spacecraft was launched, and it was the last flight of a Gemini spacecraft to take place. In 2017, believe it or not, that's when SpaceX launched CRS-10, the first reflight to the ISS of a Dragon capsule. They have now shown that they can use the Dragon capsule more than once. However, the old capsules that were used will no longer be used because they relied on solar panels in order to get them into space. Well, No longer, because now those solar panels are wrapped around the spacecraft for better coverage. Yesterday was a big day for the astronauts because they actually did ring the bell in the morning to get the NASDAQ started. Chris Cassidy kicked off the financial markets yesterday morning by ringing the ship's bell, along with fellow astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken. The trio can be seen, or was seen, on the big screen in Times Square from the International Space Station. They then settled down to do a lot of science work. They familiarized themselves with the station's workout facilities, including the Advanced Resistance Exercise Device, ARAD. ARAD simulates free weight exercises and works all of the major muscle groups in the body. The duo also reviewed personal protective equipment and helped unpack the Japanese Kanatori 9 spacecraft. The Russians, Anatoly Ivanushin and Ivan Wagner, continued their Russian research and maintenance tasks. Ivanushin photographed how man-made and natural causes are affecting the Earth. Wagner explored how space travelers may pilot future spacecrafts on planetary missions. One of the interesting things the astronauts said during an interview yesterday was that when this new spacecraft reached the International Space Station and it was opened up, Chris Cassidy said that it had that new car smell. You know that smell when you open up a brand new car and that leather smells oh so good. Well, for Chris Cassidy, this was a nice wake up and everything was fine. Tonight, if the weather cooperates, and it's going to be a touch and go situation, SpaceX is ready to launch a Falcon 9 rocket at about 9:25 this evening, carrying the 60 additional Starlink satellites into orbit. The launch window is about an hour, and we don't know the precise time that SpaceX will be going for that. The first stage hopefully will land on Of Course I Still Love You, which is a drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean waiting for a Falcon 9 booster. The drone ship was used to land the Falcon 9 first stage after the Crew Dragon mission. So it's very interesting. SpaceX now has two different ships out in the ocean that could protect their spacecrafts. Just read the instructions, return back to Port Canaveral with the Falcon 9 that was used to launch the astronauts into space. The U.S. Military Rescue Unit have supported NASA for 6 decades, but now will be the first time that they are going to be supporting a commercial launch. Previously, all launches were done for the U.S. government. Well, this is the first private launch, and hopefully they'll support many, many to come. You've got to remember, this landing that will take place after 5 months or so will land in the Atlantic Ocean. Even though SpaceX hopes their carrier will be near the capsule to pick up the astronauts, the Navy will be deployed just the same to protect them. Everything with Virgin Orbit's first Launcher 1 was going according to plan. The spacecraft was in a rocket underneath a 747, and it dropped the spacecraft, and what happened? A few sputters, and it hit the Atlantic Ocean. They're still trying to figure out exactly what the cause was for that failure. It was a big blow to Virgin Orbit. about 9 seconds after the drop, something malfunctioned, causing the booster stage engine to extinguish. At that time, the mission ended. So the hope is they can determine quickly what caused the failure, and they'll be able to start launching again in the not too distant future. NASA has hit the pause button on the reorganization of its directorate responsible for human spaceflight programs. And the reason for that was the resignation last week of Doug Lovarro, who left the agency on May 19th. Lovarro was in the midst of putting together a new understanding of where human spaceflight would take us. In other words, the next step would have been the Artemis program heading towards the moon, following the president's direction to do so by 2024. Well, the question here is, did they break any laws or rules in giving contracts out to several corporations that hopes to use the Artemis program? Well, very questionable. 3 months after NASA let go of Bill Gerstenmaier, they decided to appoint Lovarro. He didn't start work until the beginning of December. However, when he did start work, there seems to be a gap as to what exactly he was doing and wasn't doing. Currently, the Human Spaceflight Directive is being handled by Deputy Associate Administrator Ken Bowersox. He is serving as Acting Associate Administrator since Lovarro left. Steve Jaworczyk used a webinar yesterday to provide broad overview of the agency activity, including how the coronavirus pandemic has affected many programs not considered essential. He said that he doesn't understand and doesn't know just how far this coronavirus is going to affect NASA. We do know that the coronavirus currently is affecting their James Webb Space Telescope. The telescope is way behind already without the pandemic of when it was supposed to have been launched into orbit. Now it is even further behind, and we have no idea exactly when it will fly. The drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, has returned to Port Canaveral and brought with it the rocket that made history by launching Hurley and Benton. Boeing is finally ready to go back and try their Starliner spacecraft, probably in late November or December, in preparation for an early next year launch to the International Space Station. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about the Baikonur Cosmodrome and the next Atlas V mission. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's your daily dose of space from Randy Siegel right here. He appears on the program each and every day at around 8:30 and gives us an insight as to what's happening up in the world of NASA. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie is actually ventured out in the rain. Kind of looks like a wet noodle right now, but she's on the porch. Take it away, Bonnie.
And you know what, Evan? It's what you're craving. Maybe an Ellie's tuna melt. Comes on your choice of bread, topped with a touch of garlic mayonnaise and cheddar cheese on albacore tuna, tomato, and bacon. Served with a fresh side of your choice. And on a rainy day like today, you might want to make it a hot bowl of soup, too, on the side. And Ellie's Deli also serving up Mrs. Peter smoked fish dip. They serve it over a bed of lettuce with chopped onion, tomato, jalapeno, and crackers. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. For Ellie's Downtown Deli
I
in
always wondered
Stewart.
why they called it a bed of lettuce and not a couch of lettuce. Think about that
yeah.
one. That'll make you think, right?
It does. It makes
Right?
it certainly does.
All
Just
right.
a little bit.
All right, very good. It's time for the Precious Metals Report, brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is at $1,712.30 an ounce, and silver opening up at $17.73 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report. 8:43 right now. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning to you, Evan. With passion and conviction, Eric Garner's mother, Gwen Carr, was speaking from experience at a rally on Tuesday. WPTV's news partner, Nicole Johnson, has the story.
We want a federal law that it will go around the country, and anytime anyone uses a chokehold, they are immediately locked up and charged.
With passion and conviction, Eric Garner's mother speaking from experience, her son died after being put in an illegal chokehold by police. The call now is to make the chokehold maneuver illegal nationwide. And that's not all. Lawmakers and community leaders are also demanding more accountability for officers amid protesting and violence.
These bills can be the real focus of where this nation can go. This can be the example New York can set nationwide.
Garner's last words became a rallying cry for change. George Floyd said the same thing in his final moments.
I can breathe. Please, in the name of it.
Whether by arm or by knee, these new laws would put in place tougher penalties for any officer who restricts someone from breathing.
I can't move. I've been waiting the whole time.
The chokehold was banned by the NYPD after the death of Anthony Baez in 1994. But 20 years later, Garner became the poster child that the system failed. Now Floyd is the last straw for the community.
We don't need officers to take a knee with us. We need them to keep their knees off our necks.
And just that quick, as you can see, the crowds are moving from behind me. They're walking down Mott Avenue. Again, the message out here is no justice, no peace, and police reform. Well, the speaker, Corey Johnson, is promising a vote on that law that we were talking about in the piece there. Again, the protest out here in Far Rockaway has been peaceful. Both sides, police and the community, say it's time for change. And let's just hope the protest stays peaceful through the night. For now, we're live in Far Rockaway. Nicole Johnson.
And lastly, the Florida Teachers Union is out with its guidelines to safely reopen schools in the new academic year. Florida Education Association President Frederick Ingram says changes have to be made in and out of the classroom.
We have to adhere to social distancing, and that may mean buying more buses. That may mean employing more bus drivers. It has been recommended by CDC that we do something different with lunchtime. That may mean bringing food to the classrooms.
Ingram says Notre Dame won't face Navy in Ireland, at least not this year. The schools announced Tuesday that the 2020 season opener between the Fighting Irish and Midshipmen won't be played in Dublin because of the coronavirus pandemic. Originally scheduled for August 29 at Aviva Stadium, the game will instead take place at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. For the first time in the 94-year history of the rivalry, the game will now likely be played on Labor Day weekend and will be nationally televised by either ABC or ESPN. And our news time is 8:46. Weather and traffic together are next.
8:47 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
To the north of us on the turnpike this morning, you might see a little bit of traffic backup. 2 accidents up that way on the turnpike. One is at mile marker 152 in Fort Pierce, and also one at mile marker 159. These accidents are both north of Midway Road up in that area. There's your latest look at traffic. We have 76, a lot of rain still coming down in the Stewart area, 74 in Port St. Lucie. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning here on the Treasure Coast, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible, and some rainfall could be heavy. Then this afternoon, scattered to numerous showers and a few thunderstorms. Rainfall will be heavy at times. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s under mostly cloudy to overcast skies with breezy southeasterly winds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Glenn Glazer on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
In a world where only one man exists that can do the perfect top 10 list, we travel to where no man will ever go or can even locate him, or what is called the home office. It's time for today's Top 10 with Phil Penfield.
Thank you, Evan. And from the home office of Yeehaw Junction, Florida, top 10 signs you have hired the wrong kid to mow your lawn. Top 10 signs you have hired the wrong kid to mow your lawn. It's been raining a lot. I've noticed now that kids, since they're out of school, they are mowing lawns to make a few extra bucks.
Okay.
So here are the top 10 signs you have hired the wrong kid to mow your lawn. Number 10, he shows up with a pair of nail clippers and a Ziploc bag. Number 9, on the side of his mower, you notice the stenciled silhouettes of 13 cats. Number 8, stops frequently to nap inside the grass catcher.
Oh, God. Oh, gosh.
Built-in hammock.
Yeah, exactly. Number 7, always trying to impress you by stopping the mower blades with his head.
Oh. Oh. I could get that visual, Phil. That visual of that. Oh.
Yeah.
I try it with my tongue, but that's
Thank
another
you.
story.
Yeah, I try with my big
number
toe.
6. Number 6, you notice him shoving the last of his clothes into the mulcher. Number 5, he's fascinated by the details of your home security system. Number 4, stops every couple of minutes to smoke some clippings. Number 3, somehow manages to mow the hood ornament off your Lexus.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Yeah. Number 2, somehow keeps dropping off the newest copy of the AARP magazine. $16.99 a year. See website for details.
Thanks.
Evan.
And number 1, he has no toes. And there's your top 10 list.
Wow. Just couldn't leave the ARP subscription out of the top 10 list this morning, could you?
Well, not me. It's the home office.
Oh, the home office. I'm going to have
Yeah, the home
conversation.
office is what they send these things to me.
Do you have the phone number? Would you text that to me, please?
I'll text it to you later.
Thank you. I
Every
appreciate
now and then they have to use it when ARP is available.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
by the way, did you get your subscription yet, Evan?
No, I did not. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you in church. Hey, Fredo.
Yo.
Do me a favor. You and the boys can get on out of here. There's a break in the rain, so I wanted to dismiss you guys so you guys can get on the road and get to where you guys have to be this morning.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go have a few drinks. You want to join us?
No, it's too
No?
early. I don't drink alcohol. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know where you guys go this early in the morning.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah, that's by Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, or someone who sound Milli Vanilli try to sound like.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember they had their thing taken away there.
Yeah,
their
definitely.
award.
But gosh,
Definitely
were they
so.
pretty? Oh, they were pretty.
Yeah, they were pretty boys.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You thought they were good looking?
No, they were just pretty boys. That's all. Anyway, with that said, it's time to play a Wednesday edition of 5 Second Rule. So the way the game works is both of you know, I will name a topic. You have to give me 3 items that pertain to the topic within 5 seconds, and you get a point for each one right if you can do it. All right. So without further ado, we're going to start with Phil. So Phil, you have 5 seconds to give me 3 things. Here we go. Name 3 ways to procrastinate at home. Ready? Go.
Play video games, watch TV, and listen to the radio.
Very good. And there goes the Ring video doorbell on cue. What is it with that Ring video doorbell? Of yours?
Everybody's walking their dogs and everything in front of my house.
Okay. Bonnie, name 3 things you do on a porch. Ready? Go.
Lie in a hammock, read a book, and look at your iPad.
Very good. Sorry about that. I just had to get a snicker in there. Okay.
That you can legally do on your porch.
Yes, thank you. All right, Phil. Name 3 professional baseball players. Ready? Go.
Ryan Sandberg, Andre Dawson, and Sean Dunston.
Very good.
Fast
Just got it in
thinking.
there.
Fast thinking.
All
right,
Cubs
very good.
fans.
Thank you.
All
right.
Cubs players.
All right. Bonnie, name 3 other names. No, I can't do that one to you. Name 3 things that may need ironing. Ready? Go.
Your pants, your sweater, and your shirt.
Sweater?
Sweater? Why would you iron a sweater?
Well, it could be one of the high neck sweaters, like
Turtleneck?
with a turtleneck. Yeah, we used
Okay.
to iron those ones.
Okay.
We did.
Don't you like it in this game how if we get a slightly wrong answer, we try to spin it so it makes it sound like
Yeah.
Spin it that way.
Gotta
Yes.
sound intelligent.
Yes, you do.
All right, Phil, name 3 things you had to learn on your own. Ready? Go.
tie my shoes, put my clothes on, and comb my hair.
Hey.
Very good. Thank
Good.
God you didn't say the birds and the bees.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. All right, Bonnie. Okay, sorry, my mind is a little curved today.
We wonder where it's going.
Yeah, it's curvature today.
Curvature.
Curvature. It has some curvature.
Curvature of the mind.
Okay,
not
Bonnie.
the spine.
All right, Bonnie. Name 3 things you might find in the bedroom. Ready?
Oh no.
A desk, a shelf, and your laptop computer.
A desk.
Yeah.
How would you find a desk in the bedroom?
It's a desk for your laptop or for your computer.
For your laptop computer.
My computer desk is in the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
See, I put another spin on it, but it's true. I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
lie.
Okay. All right, Phil, would you please get the door? Thank you. All right. Name 3 Muppets. Ready? Go.
Oh, Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear.
Wow.
Very good. Wow.
Well,
That was
I know I'm a huge Muppets fan.
That was
so.
good because I could only think of the first 2.
Okay.
The third-
I
you
can't
know.
wait to hear what comes out of Bonnie's mouth on this one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Folks, we're going to pre-censor this one. All right.
Uh-oh.
Bonnie, name 3 beaches, 3 types of beaches. Ready? Go.
Blind Beach, Stewart Beach, and Turtle Egg Beach. Turtle Nest.
Wait a minute. Blind Beach. Is that
Blind
a beach
Beach.
for the blind?
We were talking about it this morning.
It's Blind Creek Beach.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You go blind after you see what's there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the beach that I meant.
And that's how you play 5-second rule. All right, very good. Well, that's a wrap for the show. I want to say thank you for those of you listening that put up with our shenanigans this morning, trying to bring a little laughter to you for a couple of hours.
And after Evan comes back from Blind Creek Beach, he will wrap a towel around.
I would hope so.
Wrap your head around that.
Thank you very much. All right. Anyway, on that note, Fredo, thank you for having the band here today.
Yeah, man.
All right. Phil, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you.
Say good night, Phil.
Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Thank
Phil is
you
out of here.
for your top 10 once again.
And Bonnie, as always, we say ciao mein
Honduras.
and arriva dirty in the words of Ellen DeGeneres.
Be kind to one another.
That's right.
And
Boy,
drive
do we need
nicely.
that. We do need that right now, folks. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.